All right, what's up, everybody? It is Saturday, February 24th. It is time to dive right in. Chapter 7, Maneuvering in the Art of War. Verse 27. A whole army may be robbed of its spirit. A commander in chief may be robbed of his presence of mind. 28. Now, a soldier's spirit is keenest in the morning. By noonday, it has begun to flag, and in the evening, his mind is bent only on returning to camp. 29. A clever general, therefore, avoids an army when its spirit is keen, but attacks it when it is sluggish and inclined to return. This is the art of studying moods. All right, so we're going to go over to an alternate translation where Master Sun says, so you should always take the energy of their armies and take away the heart of their generals. Zhang Yu says to this, energy is what battle depends on. Any living thing can be stirred to fight, but even those who fight without regard for death are the way they are because their energy compels them to be that way. Therefore, the rule for military operations is that if you can stir up soldiers of all ranks with a common anger, then no one can stand up to them. Therefore, when opponents come and their energy is keen, you break this down by not fighting with them for the time being. Watch for when they slump into boredom, then strike, and their keen energy can be taken away. As for the taking away the heart of their generals, the heart is the ruler of the general, order and disorder, courage and timidity. All are based on the mind. So those killed in controlling opponents stir them into disorder, incite them to confusion, press them into fear. Thus can the schemes in their hearts be taken away. So those killed in controlling. I think it meant to say those skilled. I think it's a typo. Ho Young Chi reflects to this that first, you must be capable of firmness in your own heart. Only then can you take away the heart of opposing generals. This is why tradition says that people of former times had the heart to take away hearts, and the ancient law of charioteers says that when the basic mind is firm, fresh energy is victorious. Master Sun says, so morning energy is keen, midday energy slumps, evening energy recedes. Therefore, those skilled in the use of arms avoid the keen energy and strike the slumping and receding. These are those who master energy. Mei Yao Chen says, the morning means the beginning, midday means the middle, and the evening means the end. What this says is that soldiers are keen at first, but eventually they slump to think of going home, so at this point they are vulnerable. Ho Yongshi says, everyone likes security and dislikes danger. Everyone wants to live and fears death. So if you chase them to death's door for no reason, making them glad to go to battle, it must be because they have angry and contentious energy in their hearts that has temporarily been taken advantage of to stir them into such a state that they go into danger and imperil themselves without concern or trepidation. That is a very long sentence. Invariably, they will regret this and shrink back in fear. Now, any weakling in the world will fight in a minute if he gets excited. But when it comes to actually taking up arms and seeking to do battle, this is being possessed by energy. When this energy wanes, they will stop, get frightened, and feel regret. The reason that armies look upon strong enemies the way they look at virgin girls is that their aggressiveness is being taken advantage of as they are stirred up over something. These were two very long verses and reflections, and I don't know where all of that has come from, but we are still not done. Mastering the heart using we're gonna move on from there. So that's a lot of the art of war, and that's a lot to say. So let's go over to the Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman, February 24th. Keep in mind that it isn't the one who has it in for you and takes a swipe that harms you, but rather the harm that comes from your own belief about the abuse. So when someone rouses your anger, know that it's really your own opinion fueling it. Instead, make it your first response not to be carried away by such impressions. For with time and distance, self mastery is more easily achieved. Epictetus and Curating, verse 20. The Stoics remind us that there really is no such thing as an objectively good or bad occurrence. When a billionaire loses 1 million in market fluctuation, it's not the same as when you or I lose $1 million. Criticism from your worst enemy is received differently than negative words from a spouse. If someone sends you an angry email but you never see it, did it actually happen? In other words, these situations require our participation, context, and categorization in order to be bad. Speaking of bad, Our reaction is what actually decides whether harm has occurred. If we feel that we've been wronged and get angry, of course that's how it will seem. If we raise our voice because we feel we're being confronted naturally, a confrontation will ensue. What? Stop. But if we retain control of ourselves, we decide whether to label something good or bad. In fact, if that same event happened to us different points in our lifetime, we might have very different reactions. So why not choose how to not apply these labels? Why not choose not to react? So I hope that was helpful. I think the combination of Sun Tzu and the Art of War and the reflections of the generals all does really come down to how do you choose to react? How do you choose to approach the situation? Are you going to attack at the morning or midday or in the evening when the other troops are tired? What is your plan forward?